science and discovery, building bridges that don't collapse. In the small village of Woodshollow, located in the heart of the Forest of Knowledge, lived 6 curious children, known for their insatiable thirst for knowledge. One Monday morning, as the sun peeked over the horizon, they found a challenge on the village notice board: build a bridge that would connect the 2 halves of Woodshollow without collapsing. The 6 children huddled around the table, filled with wooden shapes and materials, their eyes wide with excitement. They spent hours debating and discussing, using various shapes to try and build miniature versions of bridges. The day passed as they experimented with triangles, squares, and even circles. The next day, the children gathered their findings and ventured deep into the Forest of Knowledge. They worked tirelessly, stacking the shapes carefully until a towering wooden bridge stood before them. With bated breaths, they tested its strength, but it held firm. The villagers watched in amazement as the young explorers showed off their creation. The children proudly explained how they used shapes to build a strong structure that wouldn't collapse. The village elder was impressed, proclaiming it a marvel. The next morning, a group of villagers approached with a heavy load to cross the new bridge. The children held their breath as the load was set up on the structure. Miraculously, it remained stable, much to everyone's delight. That evening, the young explorers were honored with a grand celebration. The villagers praised them for their ingenuity and determination. The children danced and laughed, cherishing the moment. As the evening grew darker, the children discussed their next venture. Inspired by their success, they were eager to tackle new challenges and learn even more about the world around them. And so, a new adventure began in the Forest of Knowledge. The next day, the children encountered a new obstacle: constructing a bridge that would cross over water. They spent long hours in the library, poring over books and consulting with experts. With determination, they set out to tackle this new challenge. The children spent days experimenting with various materials and shapes, eventually creating a floating bridge made of lightweight wood, cork, and reeds. With trepidation, they tested their creation, cheering as it floated gracefully across the water. Once again, the villagers marveled at the children's creation. They celebrated with music and laughter, recognizing the ingenuity and perseverance of these young engineers. The children felt proud, knowing they had made a difference in their community. As the sun set over Woodshollow, the young explorers looked forward to their next adventure. They knew there would always be new challenges to overcome and mysteries to unravel in the endless expanse of the Forest of Knowledge. And so, they continued onward, filled with determination and curiosity. The tale of the young explorers and their bridge-building adventures inspired many other children across the land. They learned about shapes, balance, and simple engineering ideas while having fun. And most importantly, they discovered that with determination, teamwork, and a bit of creativity, they could overcome even the greatest challenges.